Yo, 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 what is going on, YouTubers? Man, hey, we glad y'all are here, and we're having another great time talking about seasonality. Now, if y'all missed the last two videos, be sure to go and check those out. We basically like to try to tune in when we see these moons pop up and kind of give y'all an understanding of what's happening in the market. A lot of people like to understand or try to get to understand a strategy, and we're just trying our best to help you. Not saying like we're any masters in it. We definitely don't have any certificates in these things, but we notice patterns, and we're going to share these patterns with you, so maybe you can kind of notice them with us. So some of the things I want to talk about before we get into like new projects and things of that nature is just the type of seasonality to look out for and why crypto investors get so excited for October. I mean, Uptober. You know what I'm trying to say, right? We love it because historically, it's when the market kind of bottoms out and see more upside. Now, last week or a couple of weeks ago, when we seen that new moon, we tried to warn everyone and say, hey, this is when we see some downside come from the market. You might see a nice little dip or a drop. And we try to help save y'all. While Bitcoin was still at 117 before it dropped all the way down to 107. But look, it did recover, right? I was actually myself looking for a bigger drop than that. I didn't think that it was going to recover so fast. I thought we were going to see like 100K or something come back to retest this level, but good thing it did pop up where it did. And we're looking to see if it continues to hold its support now, right? Now, something about these moons. When we go into trading a moon cycle, I like to buy for full moon and short for new moon and buy for full moon, but we don't always talk about the crescents, right? Waxing crescents and waning crescents. Well, this is the waning crescent. This is the waxing crescent. They tend to lead to a correction, right? And a correction could be one of two ways. It's either price is going to pull back if it was already going up high, or price is going to consolidate until the EMAs catch up. So you see here, like while price was bullish from full moon, it consolidated for the waxing crescent, giving time for the EMAs to catch up, but then it had a continuation. For the new moon, had a hard drop. Price pulled back for the correction, and now we typically see a continuation. Now we got full moon coming up in 6 days, so I'm looking forward to whatever dip that we can get this week. And even if we don't, I think that this is around the time you might want to think about getting invested into some of your favorite cryptos. Not saying that we all the way out of the clear and that we can't see more downside, right? This is a high, this is a low, this is a lower high. This is, we're still in kind of a downtrend mode. But hey, if Bitcoin actually breaks 119, 120, I feel confident with saying that we're still in a bullish market and we should expect more upside. Based off of astrology, I'm trying to get y'all the game early. It's not even here yet. It's not full moon. But as it's coming, start thinking about getting into position because if this is the bottom that we see based on the seasonality play, man, we could see a lot of great things, right? Dazzle, are you doing anything to prep for October?
I am definitely in massive accumulation mood.
Just scooping it all up, right?
Selling
Yeah.
cans and all.
So Des and I was even talking about it, and we have a different approach in the market. She likes to just hold on to assets no matter what, up, down, left, or right. She don't trade leverage positions a lot. She holds spot positions, and she just say, hey, as long as I'm holding, I'm gaining. And then we looked, and God, dog, y'all look at that. If you ever felt like crypto isn't for you and that you probably shouldn't be trading, maybe you shouldn't, but everybody should think about holding. Look at this. Did your dollar do that this year? You know what I'm saying? Since May, when they say May go away, and that's what I did. I like, hey, y'all watch out. May we're gonna be trading like sideways, and you're not gonna make a lot of money in it. Instead, starting May, we had a $1,500 opportunity with Ethereum. All right, you know what? I didn't want to do this. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna bring out the big guns. Dazzle, are you sitting down? Because I'm about to hurt your feelings just a little bit.
Oh, sitting down, sitting down.
All right, all right, all right. Cool, cool, cool. So at the beginning of this year, BNB was less than $300. where is it? This is I thought it was at the beginning of the year. No, I was wrong. BNB at the beginning of 2025. So no, it had its dip in April. That's what I was looking at earlier when I was talking about it. But we was down here in April. BNB was just 549. Yes. Right. Back down here in March, BNB was 526. Way back here in February, we had a very, very low little part where it tapped 500. Did you see that BNB broke 1,000 last week?
Yes, yes, I did. I had to go check on a couple of other wallets that I had a little stash in. I was happy with myself.
Right? Man, we remember BNB at $14. God, dog. But one thing we want to point out is while holding these assets, especially that fifth year, what is it, the fifth year, every third year, every year after the halving, because halving was last year for 2024, and 2025 is the year that you want to hold, right? The time that we seen this before was we had a halving for 2020, and in 2021 we seen a lot of great gains. You know what I mean? Even before that, when I first got into it, the halving was 2016. I noticed crypto in 2017, and then things kind of exploded. So it's been this whole consistency in the crypto market, and especially with Bitcoin, that we see growth every year following the halving, right? And we normally get this consolidation, this pullback, or a dip in September that we know as rectimber. But what's so great about rectimber is that following it, we like to look for an Uptober. So we're trying to get in position right now so that we're holding on to assets as we see them go about. Again, I thought that we were going to see some lower prices than we see now. I thought that we are going to have a better dip than what we just had. But I'll take a $4,000 Ethereum. I'll start accumulating Bitcoin around this 113, 100 zone. And I like gold. Dang, gold is at 38.50, Des. Gold is at 38.50. Remember when we were talking about having a gold summer? When I said that the market was going to consolidate, so I was just going to hold gold instead. Bro, all summer long, we was accumulating gold, and that was at 33, right? Now look at that bad boy, 38.50. So you don't have to take a lot of risk in the market to benefit from it. That's kind of things that we want to show. And I don't want to just talk about it. I want to even give demonstrations on how you can start gaining in this crypto space during October without taking a lot of risk, but still earning interest on your funds. So it's one thing to already switch out of your Federal Reserve debt note into an asset. You can pat yourself on the back if you've done it. I ain't gonna argue which asset that you need to buy. But if you have swapped out of the United States dollar, which again, Federal Reserve debt note, and you use that to buy an asset, crypto, a stock, gold, precious metals, something of that nature, then pat yourself on the back. That's what I want you to continue to do all fall long, right? You know what? I gotta let you speak on this, Dazzle, because you talk about, stacking up in the 40 pot a lot better than I do. Can you explain to them what's a good, healthy process to use for fall that doesn't take a lot of risk?
Pay yourself first. That's the key. That's the name of the game. Pay yourself first in assets. We definitely have a good pay yourself formula called the 40 pots. That's where you're taking your pay yourself funds and you're splitting it into 4 pots: self, savings, investments, and pay it forward. That's so you can get well rounded. But you have to be consistent in what you commit to pay yourself first in assets. What I like to do is I like to accumulate my little bundle and I wait for that waxing crescent to come so I can catch all them assets on sale.
I like the way that sound. And that's not risky. It's like, are you taking a chance of losing all your money by buying a spot position on these assets?
Nope.
Like, I
Not in
think
my
people need to know the real risk. What's the worst case scenario if you go and buy these assets in October isn't as bullish as we think,
you lose time, not money.
right? Because if you buy a good asset, it's going to eventually appreciate, right? Even y'all remember how we all felt? Well, I don't know how y'all felt, but I felt some type of way when Ethereum was trading at 1,800. Like, oh god dang, Is this thing ever gonna grow? You know what I'm saying? So I had bought a lot of Ethereum at 3,000, and I was feeling bad about having to start taking profit at half. But that's when I was losing money. When I was taking profit when it was less than. Had I just held on to all that Ethereum then and waited, at this point in time, my Ethereum is back and in profit. So we like the famous saying, if I don't lose money, I might lose my time spending it. You know what I mean? Well, I don't lose no money. If we hold on to assets, a lot of people are being introduced to exchanges and trading with leverage and derivatives. And I think that's what leads to a lot of loss in the assumption that crypto is dangerous. That and the investment in like meme coins, which could go from a little to a lot, or a lot to a little in just a matter of seconds. So people think that crypto is very risky. But that's what type of coins do you invest in that kind of alleviate that risk?
Blue chip projects, more stable, the ones that's in the top 20, preferably.
So there's like a list of coins that we could see of what to purchase.
Oh, the top 20 from CoinMarketCap. I try to stick in the top 20 of them, especially as we practice the 10 down method, and that method works beautifully within the top 20 coins, even though it's for the top 100 coins. So yeah, when I'm want some stability in my moves, I definitely just stick to the top 20, because those are what I consider, in my opinion, blue chip projects that have been around and got a better foundation than some other projects.
So even if you was a brand new investor, didn't know who to trust in this space, and didn't know which direction to go, you would say you probably would just check the top 20 assets on CoinMarketCap.
Correct.
And the guys is also on CoinGecko. You can check on crypto.com. You can check on Coinbase. These lists are made by CoinMarketCap, so they shouldn't vary. The same numbers you see here will be on all these lists as your top coins. And so, yeah, don't have anybody telling you this secret coin is the next Bitcoin or the next whatever is going to do great. If you starting off your portfolio, you want to start with building a foundation, and you do so by buying these top majors. Now, after you get your foundation built, hey, you can play around with some of the smaller cap coins, and you can play around with some of the other projects, but it's highly suggested for new investors to start with the top 20, top 100 coins on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, or crypto.com. Cool. Now, what I like to suggest is, while you're purchasing these coins, figuring out how you can earn interest while you hold it. We already understand just by holding the coin, it could appreciate in value, and that's great because the value goes up in USD. So if I bought BNB at 800 and it's now 1,000, I can sell that BNB and I can have more spending capital, right? That's the understanding. But what if I bought my one BNB and I don't ever want to spend my one BNB? Is it possible, Dennis, to live off the interest? Well, not live off the interest, but to be able to use something where I'm earning on my BNB, spend that, and still always own one BNB? Because I want to keep adding to it, right? I want to keep compounding like you're talking about. So I want to earn more BNBs, but I want to earn off the BNB that I have. I'm just using BNB as a suggestion, but we actually got one right here while we're talking about it. Giggles. Now, this is a meme coin paired to BNB. I would do my research and figure out if I would like to even invest in this coin. But look at this. You're earning 1.77% daily just by holding the pair. Now that has nothing to do with if the value of BNB goes up or down, or if giggles go up and down. If you put one wrap BNB paired to $1,000 worth of giggles, right? Or you can put half of BNB paired to the other $500 worth of giggles, and you can start farming and earning that 1% a day on your $1,000 investment. Now, I think when you invest in meme coins, you have to deal with that volatility, right? You could have impermanent gains if this coin goes up faster than BNB goes up. Let's say BNB is only up by 1 or 2% today, but Giggles is up 104%, like some meme coins like to do. The value of these two assets have to remain the same. Remember, you put 500 here and 500 there, but your Giggles is worth 1,000 and your BNB is worth 510. That's not even. They have to make it even. So you actually will have impermanent gains. They're gonna add more to your BNB to where you actually have like around 750 in BNB and 750 in giggles, so that your growth is now 1500 or so since you doubled your giggles move, right? So you're gonna get your move, but you have impermanent gains. So if you go and you separate this pair now, you're going to have 1.1 or 1.2 BNB, and then you're going to have $700, $800 in giggles. You see how you was able to earn more BNB just by farming it? Now, with every good, there's a bad. So let's say that we did this pair and giggles was to drop by 30%. But my BNB is still worth 1,000, hasn't moved. It remains stable all night. Well, I have impermanent loss, meaning if I close my farm now, if giggles don't recover, I would have to take the loss of giggles since that $500 is worth $400 or somewhere around that, right? So now that 500 I have in BNB has to be equivalent. So I will have impermanent loss. They might have to both equal 450 or so. So I just lost $100 on that farm by giggles, dropping by more than 20% all by itself, even though BNB stayed the same. So yes, you are taking risks with these farms, but it's light risk, in my opinion. And that's when you farming with these radical type of coins. If you stick in the solid projects, Ethereum, BNB, those top 20 like we was talking about, they do have those pairs, and the gains are a lot lower, but they're still more stable. Now, for me as an investor, I actually like to come and surf and see what's new and what's getting high yields. Now, all of these projects are memes, right? And what Base is creating, I'm very interested in a lot of the Base projects. So now, just by coming here, I'm introducing to another project, and I want to go and look and see if it's worth my investment. I also see that if it is worth my investment, I can pair it to some Ethereum, which I mentioned I'm about to be bullish on going into the full moon. So I want to hold Ethereum in my pocket, and I want to see if I can pair it to something that can grow. So let's look up and see what SYND actually is. And if it's worth it, it's giving off 1.24%. Now, this doesn't last forever, guys. So I might have to move your money around. But at this very moment, while it's giving these high yields, I'm very curious to see what this coin is. So SYND. Let's go and check this out on CoinMarketCap, shall we? It is a meme? No, that's in dog. That's not it. So it's not here yet. You need to look it up on Dex Screener. Where's my Dex Screener? Oh. My apologies, you guys. I should have already had this pulled up. I thought this was a major coin, but it's okay. We can still go and find this on our Dex Screener. I just have to look it up. And I want to gain points while I do it. All right, that means I should have logged in, huh? It's all good. Give me 1 second. All right. So let's see. What would I say that? What was the currency again? That's you remember? SYND. Let's go back to that screen and check it out. SYND. Syndicate. What is syndicate? I don't think this is a meme coin. It got 17%. It's been sitting still forever. I'm not sure if I do want to invest in this. The market cap is almost 300 million though. That's pretty good. All right. Can I find a website? There we go. Yeah, once here, this is even worth my energy. I don't invest in everything just because it's high yields. And I don't really like meme coins. But if I can find something that has utility, a community-owned internet starts here. So, okay, how do I use this? Let's go to staking first, then I'll check out build. Starting October 30th. Oh, we into something that's brand new, Dazzle. It starts on October 30th. Directed staking and emission towards specific chains on the Syndicate network will go live. Look at us getting early to something that nobody else knows about yet. And we got to record it.
First one
Okay,
to the
so
blockchain wins.
right on, right on. All right, so let's see what kind of wallet would I need with this. I'm not going to actually connect, but I'm curious to know what type it accepts. Okay, so we can connect our MetaMask. What network is this on? Or is it going to create a new network? Yep, Syndicate we have us a testnet. Great, great. So we found this one.
Look, sometimes them test nets come with them good old airdrops.
Man, launch a chain. So you know what? I gotta dig a little bit deeper, but guys, just from what I can see, I'm at least interested enough to invest a couple $100 in it. Not a lot, just to see what it's gonna do. We're gonna keep an eye on the project. We see the price currently is just at 56 cents while making this recording. Let me zoom in and see what this actually looks like on the chart. Okay. You know, and we're going into that time where I'm looking for bullish activity. And another thing I like about these projects when we farm them is people get so curious about the high yields that they will do what I just did. Look into the project, maybe buy a couple of coins just to farm it, which is going to get the value up for me. We see it already moved just from 0.44 to 56 cents like it wasn't nothing. At 17% in 24 hours, ain't nothing to sneeze at. So it's definitely worth it for us to go ahead and throw a couple dollars at it and see where it go from there. And while we're holding it, we're earning 1% at the same time. How much are we earning? Is that 1.12% on both our SYND and our Ethereum. So let's say I did this earlier this morning instead of right now while we're looking at it. You know, Ethereum, if it's up, well, actually, Ethereum is down by almost 2% in 24 hours, but Syndicate is up 17%. Guess what that means? You're not dealing with the loss on your Ethereum because you had the impermanent gains of SYND for today, right? You just notice how the gains over here are 17% in the last 24 hours. So you're up 17%, but you're down 13% on your ETH. This is going to make your money have to meet in the middle. So you actually got more wrapped Ethereum at this moment had you created this farm this morning. On top of that, I'm sorry, you've earned interest. This 1% goes into both your SYND and your wrapped Ethereum. Because this is why you're farming it together. When you're ready to undo your pool, undo your farm, you're going to take these two assets and separate them. At that point, you can sell it into the other. I sell this one into this one all the time, but it's up to you what you want to do with it. But while you're holding this and while we're earning 1.12%, I think SYND is a investment to look into, right? And this is a good, slow, safe way to make money. You're not going to make $100 is going to turn into $500 overnight. Not over here. Now, if you're trying to earn fast, I got you. But Dazzle, what did you think about SYND?
I'm definitely gonna go down that rabbit hole and throw a little couple dollars at it.
I mean, because they say we'll be able to stake and earn too, so it's another liquidity staking type thing. And once we're able to use it, we can stake the. So first, we're gonna farm the SYND tokens and earn free money for farming. And then when this thing is ready to launch in 30 days, after I've taken profit, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna still hold on to some SYND tokens. Why not throw them over here and stake it while I just leave it there? Makes sense, right? All right. I'm putting y'all
If
on
it makes
game.
sense, it's gonna make some satoshis.
And then we have an opportunity. Let's see where this thing came from. Because we're just at 56 cents right now. Ooh. It hasn't had a lot of communication, but that's what I wanted to see right there. All right, so we're at 56 cents. When this thing first came out, it had a decent run, had a little pop up. It's been trickling down ever since. What we're looking for right now is have it found a bottom, right? Can we hold above this 56, 57 cents? And I'm talking about for the traders here, not just the investors. You can buy and hold regardless, but as traders, we want to see this resistance break. And if so, the trend is broken. We can see more upside. Guys, we're at 56 cents. How long you think before we may see $1? something to think about. And to keep in mind, if you're farming this paired to Ethereum and you receive 100% on your SYND, it's going to have to be equal to your wrapped Ethereum. So you're going to be up 50% on both of those assets. Get it? Right? Even if Ethereum don't move at all. If SYND does go up to $1, it's going to take your Ether with it. Now, some might say, should I farm it, Dennis, or should I just hold the SYND by itself if it's going to double? I don't want to just make half. Well, yeah, that's something to think about as well. If you just want to hold your bag of SYND, but you won't be farming over here and earning interest, right? You can't stake yet. So until you have staking as opportunity, why not farm it? That way you can earn interest while holding it. You're still earning an extra 1% just for holding these two assets together, regardless of how they perform. Cool. So slow away. And these want to show you that this is the type of way that my sister loves to invest. Now, me myself, I'll be over here trading. I'm a competitive, right? And one thing I love about Merkle is that they've gamified trading. They turn it into a whole game. It's not, I mean, of course, we still make money when we trade. Every time I earn, I have a withdrawal that I can make here, and I can withdraw every day. But what also is amazing is that we normally compete. And through these competitions, I've earned a lot of MKL and Aptos tokens. And over here, I'm putting the work by staking them and earning more rewards. So it's pretty cool for those of y'all that are trading and you are looking for a US friendly platform to trade from. You can think about using Merkle. This is going to attach to your wallet. We're on some Web3 stuff over here, guys, right? This is not a centralized exchange. This is a decentralized exchange. You own your money. And I have not had a single hiccup with making a withdrawal or a deposit, and I myself do them daily. But what I wanted to share with you also that makes this a little different. Earn as you trade. 36. Come on, man. You can stay on while I'm reading. Just gonna move while I'm in the middle of reading. 36,000 total in rewards. Now that's just for trading. We all earn points and rewards, but this one right here is the one that I was referring to. Right. They have digits. So I didn't make it to the digits. I'm over here with the I didn't make it to the kings. I'm in the digit race for right now because I lost a couple of my early trades. But if you are winning, guys, and you get put on this list, you have an opportunity to win a total prize of 2,000 APT. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Between both of these, they had like top prize 300 and 200 and 100. They got different prize selections, for the top of the list. But everybody have an opportunity to earn Aptos on this network just by participating. So again, I like to try to get to the top of the list. This season is almost over with, and I've already been kicked off. So I'm not in the lead. No, I mean, I'm not in the top 8. So I ain't gonna be able to compete. But look at these guys here. 260 if he remains at the top. 34 if then they're about to get bumped off. These people here, if they get bumped off, they still get to leave with 34 Aptos just for being some of the top traders. Right now, we all have an opportunity of voting on a trader so that we could earn some type of rewards for our participation. So since I'm not in the top no more, I'm investing in the guy that is. So I can still make some Aptos that way. Let me go ahead and load these chips up. I don't need them. I use them for myself up until I get to this point where I realize I lost. All right, it's not letting me confirm my bet. But anyway, that's one way that you can earn. That's pretty cool. And then we also have this point system. Every time you take a trade, you earn points over here. So I took a trade earlier today, real small one, just to see if the market was moving. And I made 20 points, right? So it's going to expire in 18 hours. Let me go ahead and put that to use. If I lock it up, here it's estimating that I'm going to earn 6 Aptos. Now this is based off of how much I have locked up. I'm competing with everybody else that's locking up money, and I get paid based off of how much I have locked up. So I need to probably trade a little bit more or maybe trade heavier so I can make more money and I can make more Aptos. But free money is still free money, right? You was trading anyway. Don't y'all trade on Mixie and Blowfin? How much money they give y'all over there? Because 6 Aptos, if Aptos is $4 a piece, I believe, almost at $5 again, that's about $30 free for trading the last couple of weeks. And I believe that Aptos actually has a great future. It's like less than $5 now, and I'm looking forward to making it 15. So all this free money they're giving me, I'm just putting it to the side. I'm just sharing with you guys a way to earn, right? Free money for doing what you already do. Let me go ahead and lock up those points while I'm talking about it. Now, another great thing about trading on Merkle is what they allow you to trade. You see here, they don't just have cryptos, they also allow you to trade Forex, the majors, anything paired to USD, and precious metals. Yes, you can come over here and trade gold with up to 250x leverage, right? Even some of those Forex pairs that y'all trading with a broker, you wouldn't have to use a broker anymore. If you wanted to trade you can come over here. No broker needed, and you get 1,000x leverage to use. That's pretty dangerous, right? But hey, I know some people that like it. So if y'all want to use that high leverage on your favorite Forex pair, or if you want to lower the leverage down to what you feel more comfortable in, say 10x, 100x, 500x, I comfortably use 300 myself. Whatever you feel comfortable with is you can kind of determine that more. You don't have to deal with lot sizes anymore and trying to count pips, right? We just base it on percentage. If you're using 100x leverage and you able to find a 1% move in the Forex market, then you'll make 100%. It's pretty simple. We keep it easy. So I kind of like trading on Merkle even more. I had people ask me before, like, hey, what broker are you using? Since I was trading the majors anyway, I don't trade a lot of crosses on Forex. I just use Merkle, right? I got my metals, I got my Forex, I got my favorite cryptos. So I mean, I don't really have to go many other places. Now, what I want you guys to do is to be sure you use the referral code that I'm going to share with you guys. Because if you do, you'll get a kit to start you off here with your equipment. Come over here. Let's click on, you know what? I'll get to the missions in just a second. When you see your equipment here, you can change this equipment to help with the way that you trade or with the gains while you're trading. Right? I got so many loot boxes I haven't been opening. I haven't paid no attention, to be all the way honest. But I'm gonna just share with you what I mean. This Bill Cosby sweater right here gives me a discount of 9%, right? And I earn a boost in my points. Those points that give me the free Aptos, I can get a boost in those points if I trade virtual or sold. If I had this NFT in place. Another good thing, we can also sell these NFTs. It's like way down here somewhere. Or it's up here, the market. I can go ahead and I can even sell these NFTs. And I get these NFTs basically just by performing already and doing what I do, just trading here, right? You can come over here to your missions. Select your mission so that you can get these boxes. Now, if you don't click it, they're going to automatically do it for you at the end of the time period, which is why I kind of got lazy. And I just let them do it for me. But yeah, you can come over here and click everything. You see you have 6 days left until the next one. So I'm going to keep on stacking, try to get myself up to a purple box. And when I get these boxes, let me show y'all what happens. Give me the loot. Boom. And now I got an iron helmet, a rare iron helmet. I'm curious, what does that do? Let's get outside this box real quick. Let's go see what my iron helmet does. And there it is. I have been trading art more lately. And I might trade some ENA. No, I ain't gonna trade ENA, but I will trade art. So I get a boost on my points, and I will get a boost if I trade Arbitrum if I load this NFT in place. So since my last NFT is burnt out, let's get that out the way. And let's load my new NFT in. Bang. So again, if you use our referral code that you're going to see below, you will be able to, it's going to give you some of these NFTs, going to get you a loot box just to get started, and you can put those in place. And as you trade more, you're going to earn more loot boxes that you can always come over here and change up. If you don't change them, you have to repair them. Right now, I'm not earning anything on these because they're burnt out. But yeah, after I get off this call, I'll come over here and go through my loot boxes, see what I can use to replace them, because these also expire, as you can see here. So you can't hold them forever. You want to open them up, use them, and if you're not going to use them, go to the marketplace and sell them. Pretty cool, right? Like I said, they turned this whole thing into a game. So Dazzle, you've been using Merkle, right? How you like it?
I like it because I could use the gamify side even if I'm not a heavy trader.
Right on. So wanted to give y'all that kind of heads up. You know, we have been here a while, which you didn't want to hold you too long, but want to share a couple of ways that you can gain this October and to get you excited about investing in October. See, the seasonality that they play on us as a whole is to kind of trick us out at the end of September, making us feel a little hopeless about the crypto market and invest less. And then they buy it real low, price spikes up, we get excited toward the middle of the fall and we buy close to the end when things are at its peak. So the goal of Dazzle and myself was to make sure we come and mention it and bring it back to your attention that we don't want to wait until Ethereum is 5K again before we start to invest. We don't want to wait for 125K Bitcoin to prove to us that Bitcoin is still going to grow. And now you have a way of investing, reinvesting your investments to even see more gains on that. Again, you're looking for quick gains by trading. Hey, they got anywhere from 3x to 150x on your favorite crypto asset to trade on Merkle. I don't suggest you trade with that 150x, but hey, to each his own. Y'all make sure y'all have fun. Daz, you want to lead the people with anything?
Blessings, good fortune, may profits forever be in your favor.
Hi, peace, y'all.